Okay, good morning po sa lahat. We are going to start our pre-bid conference. Today is April 11, 2024, Thursday, and we are convening for the pre-bid of various civil works contracts that have been scheduled today. In attendance for the back, we have our chairperson, ARD Isidro Encarnacion.
Yes, thank you, Attorney. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning, sir. And we have Engineer Robert Naval, Chief of the Construction Division, Head of the Implementing Unit.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning po sa lahat.
Morning. For projects scheduled to be discussed today, and I am Cheryl Antonio David from the Administrative Division. So we have 3 members present with our chairperson presiding. We have a quorum. We also have the members of the Secretariat and Technical Working Group assisting us today. The Secretariat is headed by Engineer Alex Bertudazo. And we are live streaming our pre-bid conference through the YouTube platform as instructed by our central office for the transparency of our procurement activities. Okay. And the procurement unit, for our record, kindly give us the attendance sheet of bidders attending on site.
Good morning, ma'am. The attendance po for the contractors on site is Arconic with Mr. R.C. De Castro, Miss Christine Fabian, and Mr. J.V. Espanyol.
From what company po sila?
Arconic Incorporated. Arconic.
Okay. Sige po. Thank you po. So we may start with the discussion of the projects. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Engineer Julia Latayon from the Maintenance Division, and I'm here to present to you the projects implemented by this office. Contract ID number 23D00221. Structural improvement of public buildings and construction of evacuation centers. Region 4A, General Luna, Quezon. Contract ID number 23D00222. Structural improvement of public buildings and construction of evacuation centers. Region 4A, General NAKAR, Quezon, completion. Contract ID number 23D00223. Structural improvement of public buildings and construction of evacuation centers. Region 4A, Padre Garcia, Batangas, completion. Contract ID number 23D00224. Structural improvement of public buildings and construction of evacuation centers. Region 4A, LIAN, Batangas, completion. Contract ID number 24D00104. Construction of Department of Labor and Employment. Region 4A building, CABUYAO City, Laguna. Contract ID number 24D00119. Asphalt overlay in DAANG MAHARLIKA. Contract ID number 24D00120. Asphalt overlay in DAANG MAHARLIKA. Items of work. For Part A, facilities for the engineer. 8.1.18, provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis per month. 8.1.26, operation and maintenance of 4x2 pickup type, service vehicle for the engineer, vehicle month. 8.1.41, provision of progress photographs per month. Common items in Part B, other general requirements. B.31, permits and clearances per contract ID number 23D00221 and 24D00104. B.51, project billboard, signboard, each. B.71, occupational safety and health program per month. B.81, traffic management month per contract ID numbers 24D119 and 24D120. B.9, mobilization, demobilization, lump sum. B.20, temporary fence per contract ID number 24D104. B.24.1, general scaffolding and shoring and netting per contract ID 24D104. Showing you the Dpwh standard project billboard. Minimum material testing equipment for small contractors per contract ID numbers 23D222, 23D223, 23D224, and 24D120. Showing you the minimum materials testing equipment for small contractors. For minimum material testing equipment for medium contractors, per contract ID numbers 23D221, 24D104, and 24D119. Showing you the minimum materials testing equipment for medium contractors. Per contract ID number 23D00221. Showing you the perspective and the plan for inside lot and corner lot. Ground floor plan. Scope of work. The construction project entails the development of a permanent evacuation center or multipurpose covered court incorporating various facilities and features, including a laundry and drying area, material recovery facility, sister tank, mess hall, equipped with a kitchen, administrative office, storage area, and a play area, accompanied by a breastfeeding room. Additionally, the project will integrate a conjugal space, distinct male and female toilet and bath facilities, with accommodations for persons with disabilities, a clinic, and a prayer room. Moreover, the project will be enhanced with a fire protection system. Equipment requirements. Showing you the minimum major equipment requirements. Manpower requirements. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. The approved budget for the contract is 42,554,475 pesos and 98 cents. The contract duration is 240 calendar days. Showing you the major category of works and similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2023 RA 11936, extended regular 2023 continuing. For contract ID number 23D00222 for structural improvement and construction of evacuation centers in General NAKAR, QUEZON. Showing you the perspective, inside lot and corner lot. Ground floor plan. Scope of work. The scope of works includes architectural finishes such as painting both exterior and interior walls, installing both glazed and unglazed tiles, applying a non-slip paint finish to the floor, and installing lighting fixtures. Setting up a ceiling using fiber cement board on a metal frame, installing reflective insulation, and laying Portland cement concrete pavement. Additionally, installation of a fire protection system and a generator set with a dedicated generator room are included. Equipment requirements. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. Manpower requirements. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. The approved budget for the contract is 9,278,452 pesos and 71 cents. The contract duration is 120 calendar days. Showing you the major categories of works and similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2023 RA 11936, extended regular 2023 continuing. For contract ID number 23D00223, structural improvement of public buildings and construction of evacuation centers, Padre GARCIA, Batangas. Showing you the perspective, inside lot, and corner lot. Ground floor plan. Scope of work. The scope of works includes architectural finishes such as painting both exterior and interior walls, installing both glazed and unglazed tiles, applying a non-slip paint finish to the floor, and installing lighting fixtures, setting up a ceiling using fiber cement board on a metal frame, installing reflective insulation, and laying PCCP. Additionally, installation of a fire protection system and a generator set with a dedicated generator room are included. Showing you the minimum major equipment requirements. Manpower requirements. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. The approved budget for the contract is 8,032,964.92. The contract duration is 120 calendar days. Showing you the major categories of works and similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2023 RA 11936, extended regular 2023, continuing. For contract ID number 23D00224, structural improvement of public buildings and construction of evacuation centers, LIAN, Batangas. Showing you the perspective, vicinity map, inside lot, and corner lot. Ground floor plan. The scope of work includes architectural finishes such as painting both exterior and interior walls, installing both glazed and unglazed tiles, applying a non-slip paint finish to the floor, and electrical works such as installing lighting fixtures, panel board, and wirings. Setting up a ceiling using fiber cement board on a metal frame, installing reflective insulation, and laying portland cement concrete pavement. Additionally, installation of a power protection system and a generator set with a dedicated generator room are included. Equipment requirements. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. Manpower requirements. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. The approved budget for the contract is 7,741,041 pesos and 39 cents. The contract duration is 120 calendar days. Showing you the major categories of works and similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2023 RA 11936, extended regular 2023, continuing. For contract ID number 24D104, the construction of DOLE Regional Office for a building in CABUYAO City, Laguna. Showing you the basement plan. Ground floor plan. Second and third floor plan. Fourth and fifth floor plan. Sixth floor plan and roof plan. Scope of work. The construction of Department of Labor and Employment Regional Office for a building includes earthworks, reinforcing concrete, finishing and other civil works, electrical and auxiliaries of basement and ground floor. For earthworks, clearing and grubbing, structure excavation and embankment, gravel fill, temporary shoring for basement excavation. Mat foundation, shear wall, retaining wall, basement and ground floor columns and beams, ground floor slab. For plumbing, septic tank and cistern tank, basement floor and ground floor sanitary line and water line, rough-ins. For electrical, basement floor and ground floor electrical rough-ins. Equipment requirements. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. Manpower requirements. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. The approved budget for the contract is 48,250,000 pesos, and the contract duration is 300 calendar days. Showing you the major category of works and similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. For contract ID number 24D00119, DAANG MAHARLIKA LZ K0135 plus -475 to K135 plus -315 and K135 plus -268 to K135 plus 596. Showing you the vicinity map and key map. Layout plan. Typical roadway section. Scope of work. Asphalt overlay of two-lane road, emulsified asphalt, bituminous concrete surface wearing course, hot laid, bituminous concrete surface binder course, hot laid, bituminous concrete surface with anti-routing additive, hot laid, and installation of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, white and yellow. Equipment requirements. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. Manpower requirements. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. The approved budget for the contract is 42,742,745 pesos, and the contract duration is 120 calendar days. Showing you the major category of works and similar category of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. For contract ID number 24D00120, DAANG MAHARLIKA LZ, kilometer 140 plus 527 to kilometer 140 plus 950. Showing you the vicinity map and key map. Layout plan. Typical roadway section. Scope of work. Asphalt overlay of two-lane road, emulsified asphalt, bituminous concrete surface wearing course, hot laid, bituminous concrete surface binder course, hot laid, bituminous concrete surface with anti-routing additive, hot laid, and installation of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, white and yellow. Equipment requirements. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. Manpower requirements. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. The approved budget for the contract is 18,109,190 pesos. Contract duration is 90 calendar days. Showing you the major category of works and similar category of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. That's all. Thank you. For the legal and financial specifications, it will be discussed later together with the other projects.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Engineer Jera Makalalad from the Construction Division, and I will present to you the projects implemented by Construction Division. Contract ID number 24D0216, construction of flood control structure and other improvements, Barangay Molino 6 to Barangay San Nicolas 3, Bacoor, Cavite. Contract ID number 24D0217, construction of flood control structure, road and other improvements, including box culvert, Barangay Palico 4, Imus, Cavite. 24D0218, construction of revetment along Cañas River, Barangay Tejero, General Trias, Cavite. 24D0224, construction of flood control structure and other improvements at Bacoor side, Zapote River upstream, Daang to Amari Bacoor side, Bacoor, Cavite. 24D0228, construction of Carmona slope protection works along Carmona Binyan River, Carmona, Cavite. 24D0230, construction of flood control structure, road and other improvements, Barangay San Nicolas 3 to Barangay San Nicolas 1, Bacoor, Cavite. Items of work, facilities for the engineer. 8.1.18, provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis per month. 8.1.26, operation and maintenance of 4x2 pickup type service vehicle for the engineer vehicle per month. 8.1.41, provision of progress photographs per month. For Part B, other general requirements, P.5, project billboard or signboard each. P.71, occupational safety and health program per month. B.9, mobilization, demobilization lump sum. B.17, temporary diversion of waterway, lump sum for contract ID numbers 24D0216 and 24D0230. B.18.1, Craneway lump sum for contract ID number 24D0224. B.18.2, Craneway linear meter for contract ID numbers 24D0216, 217, 218, 228, and 230. Showing you the DPWH standard project billboard. Minimum material testing equipment for medium contractors for contract ID numbers 24D0216, 217, 218, 224, 228, and 24D0230. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. Contract ID number 24D0216. Construction of flood control structure and other improvements. Barangay Molino 6 to Barangay San Nicolas 3, Bacoor, Cavite. Showing you the key map, Calabarzon map, vicinity map, and location map. Typical cross-section. Reinforcement details of retaining wall. Typical cross-section of temporary diversion of waterways. Reinforced concrete wall section at every 40-meter construction joint. Water stop detail. Steel sheet pile detail. For the scope of work, construction of 0.5 meter thick, 4.70 meter height reinforced concrete retaining wall with 100 millimeter diameter PVC whip holes spaced at every 2 meter on center staggered, supported by 2.9 meter by 0.9 meter reinforced concrete foundation with 9 meter steel sheet piles, type 2, then construction of 0.28 meter thick PCC pavement with 0.15 meter thick aggregate subbase cores, and construction of temporary diversion of waterway and greenway. Minimum major equipment requirements are the following. For the manpower requirements, project manager, project engineer, and foreman should have at least 3 years of similar experience with the same position and 5 years of total work experience with similar and related position. Materials engineer must be a Dpwh accredited materials engineer 1, construction safety officer with COSH training. Approved budget for the contract is 35,640,000 pesos. Contract duration is 195 calendar days. Major category of works, flood control, construction of slope protection using structural measures. Examples are revetment, retaining structures, and warnet. Showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D0217. Construction of flood control structure, road and other improvements including box culvert, Barangay Palico 4, Imus, Cavite. Showing you the key map, Calabarzon map, vicinity map, and location map. Typical section, edge beam blow-up details, PCCP blow-up details, parapet wall and pile cup blow-up details, and typical reinforcement details. Scope of work, construction of 0.25 meter by 0.5 meter parapet wall and 0.5 by 0.6 meter pile cap, supported by type 2 steel sheet pile, the length of 11 meters. Construction of 0.2 meter thick Portland cement concrete pavement, reinforced with 0.2 meter thick aggregate sub-base course and 0.3 meter by 0.6 meter edge beam. The minimum major equipment requirements for the following. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. Approved budget for the contract is 59,400,000 pesos. Contract duration is 225 calendar days. Major category of works, flood control, construction of slope protection using structural measures. Examples are revetment, retaining structures, and wire net. Showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D0218. Construction of revetment along Cañas River, Barangay Tejero, General Trias, Cavite. Showing you the key map, Calabarzon map, vicinity map, and layout plan. Typical section at station 0+460 to station 0+620 residential area. And typical section at station 0+400 to station 0+440. Typical section at station 0+310 to station 0+400. Typical section reinforcement detail. Typical section, rubble concrete details, and detail of weep holes. Scope of work is construction of reinforced concrete revetment of 0.2 meter thick, supported by 0.7 by 0.6 meter pile cap with 12 meter type 2 steel sheet pile. Construction of 6 meter height, 4 meter width rubble concrete for residential areas with 100 millimeter diameter PVC whip holes spaced every 1.5 meter on center, staggered, and 0.2 meter thick aggregate sub-base course with 0.0 meter width. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. Approved budget for the contract is 84,528,210 pesos. Contract duration is 300 calendar days. Major category of works, flood control, construction of slope protection using structural measures. Showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D0224. Construction of flood control structure and other improvements at Bacoor side, Zapote River upstream, Daang Hari to Amore, Bacoor side, Bacoor, Cavite. Showing you the Calabarzon map, vicinity map, and location map. Typical cross-section, details of retaining wall, and reinforcement details of retaining wall. Retaining wall section at every 40-meter construction joint. Scope of work, construction of 0.5 meter thick, 5.7 meter high reinforced concrete retaining wall with 100 millimeter diameter PVC whip holes spaced every 2 meter on center staggered, supported by 3.85 meter by 0.65 meter reinforced concrete foundation. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. Approved budget for the contract is 148,500,000 pesos. Contract duration is 300 calendar days. Major category of works, flood control, construction of slope protection using structural measures. Showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. 24D0228, construction of Carmona Slope Protection Works along Carmona-Binion River, Carmona, Cavite. Showing you the key map, Calabarzon map, vicinity map, and location map. Typical section and reinforcement details. Scope of work, construction of 200 millimeter thick reinforced concrete revetment with a height of 9.7 meters with 1 meter parapet wall, resting on 0.5 meter by 0.7 meter reinforced concrete pile cap with 6 meters type 2 U-type steel sheet pile and earthworks. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. Approved budget for the contract is 72,375,000 pesos. Contract duration is 270 calendar days. Major category of works, flood control, construction of slope protection using structural measures. Showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. Contract ID number 24D0230, construction of flood control structure, road and other improvements, Barangay San Nicolas 3 to Barangay San Nicolas 1, Bacoor, Cavite. Showing you the key map, Calabarzon map, vicinity map, and location map. Typical cross-section, reinforcement details of retaining wall, and typical cross-section of temporary diversion of waterways. Reinforced concrete wall section at every 40-meter construction joint, water stop detail, and steel sheet pile detail. Scope of work, construction of 0.5-meter thick, 4.7-meter height reinforced concrete retaining wall with 100-millimeter diameter PVC peepholes spaced at every 2-meter on center staggered, supported by 2.9-meter by 0.9-meter reinforced concrete foundation with 9-meter steel sheet piles, type 2, then construction of 0.25-meter thick PCC pavement with 0.15-meter thick aggregate sub-base course, and construction of temporary diversion waterway and greenway. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. Approved budget for the contract is 136,620,000 pesos. Contract duration is 270 calendar days. Major category of works: flood control, construction of slope protection using structural measures. Showing you the similar categories of works. The source of fund is the FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. That's all po for the projects implemented by the Construction Division.
May contract ba to be implemented by maintenance? While waiting for the response, acknowledge ko lang po yung iba nating back members attending. We have Engineer Marisa Alcuzar from QAHD.
Good morning po. Good morning sa lahat.
He is a back regular member for all types of procurement, and Engineer Jeffrey Michael Hamias from the Maintenance Division Implementing Unit for Maintenance Projects.
Ma'am, good
Sir,
morning.
po.
Ma'am, yung construction implemented po, yung nahuling diniscuss ni Engineer Makalalat, yung maintenance o yung nauna kanina, yun ang i-implement na maintenance po.
Okay.
Kaya it's combination ng maintenance at construction.
Okay.
Yung naunang present po maintenance, itong nahuli, yun ang amin o yung construction.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Bobby, for the information. Okay. Sige po. At this point, may question po ba yung ating mga interested leaders before we will continue?
Meron po bang plans po regarding yung like sa resident residentialized type of land po?
Can someone from the procurement unit po repeat? Hindi namin masyadong marinig. Sir, ano kayo? Yun, hindi talaga namin naririnig.
Hello po, ma'am. Good
Hello,
morning
sir.
po.
Morning.
I'm JV Espanyol po from Arconic Incorporated po.
Okay.
Ma'am, question lang po regarding dun sa contract ID 24D00119 po at saka yung 120, yung regarding po sa DAANG Maharlika po.
Okay.
Yung dun sa plans, ma'am, mayroon po bang ibibigay po ba na supplemental plans po regarding dun sa miscellaneous items po, like dun sa regulatory signs po at saka sa reflectorized thermoplastic po, yung mga schedules po.
Can someone from the implementing unit answer? Or procurement? Aside from that, sir, yun na po ba yung question nila?
Yun lang naman, ma'am.
Sige
Okay
po.
po.
Thank you. Antayin
Thank you
lang
po, ma'am.
yung magre-respond. Okay. Sige po. While we are waiting for someone to answer the question, park na lang po muna natin. And then let's proceed to the next part of the pre-bid conference.
Hello, good morning. I am Engineer CJ Sota from the Construction Division, and I'm going to present the legal and financial component of the pre-bid. Starting with the bid data sheet, ITB Clause 10.3, the required PCAB license for this contract is as follows. For contract ID numbers 23D0221, 24D0104, 119, 216, 217, 218, 224, 225, and 24D0230, license category B and license classification medium A. For contract ID numbers 23D0222, 223, 223, D0224 and 24D0120, license category C and D and license classification small b. ITB Clause 22, bid submission may be done manually or electronically or online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. The address of receipt of bids submitted manually is at bidding room, DPWH Region 4A, Canlubang Interchange, Barangay Mayapa, City of Calamba, Laguna, and electronically should be submitted at electronicbids_R4A at dpwh.gov.ph. The deadline for receipt of bids is on April 23, 2024 at 10 a.m. for contract ID numbers 23D0221, 222, 223, and 23D0224, 24D0104, 119, and 24D0120. The deadline for the receipt of bids on April 24, 2024 at 10 a.m. for contract ID numbers 24D0216, 217, 218, 224, 225, and 24D0230. For bids to be submitted electronically or online, the following procedures should be observed following the Department Order Number 87 Series of 2020. GCC Clause 4.1. The procuring entity shall give possession of the site to the contractor upon the receipt of the notice to proceed. The start date should not be later than 7 calendar days from its issuance date of the receipt of the notice to proceed. GCC Clause 7.2. In case of semi-permanent structures such as buildings of types 1, 2, and 3 as classified under the National Building Code of the Philippines, concrete asphalt roads, concrete river control, drainage, irrigation line canals, river landing, deep wells, rock causeway, pedestrian overpass, and other similar semi-permanent structures, 5 years. For contract ID numbers 24D0119, 120, 216, 217, 218, 224, 225, and 24D0230. And in case of permanent structures such as buildings of types 4 and 5 as classified under the National Building Code of the Philippines, and other structures made of steel, iron, concrete, which comply with relevant structural codes, such as but not limited to steel concrete bridges, flyovers, aircraft movement areas, ports, dams, tunnels, filtration and treatment plants, sewerage systems, power plants, transmission and communication towers, railway system, and other similar permanent structures, 15 years. For contract ID numbers 23D0221, 23D0222, 23D0223, 23D0224, and 24D0104. Bid security. Bidders are allowed to choose any of the following forms: cash, cashier's check, manager's check, issued by a universal or commercial bank, 2% off ABC. Bank draft, guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank. If issued by a foreign bank, it shall be confirmed or authenticated by a universal or commercial bank, 2% off ABC. Surety bond callable upon demand issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security, 5% off ABC. And bid securing declaration. Important notice: bids and bid security shall be valid within 120 calendar days from the opening of bids. Amount of bank guarantee, irrevocable letter of credit, cash, cashier's check, manager's check, 2% off ABC. Contract ID number 23D0221, 851,089 pesos and 52 centavos. 23D0222, 185,569 pesos and 5 centavos. 23D0223, 160,659 pesos and 30 centavos. 23D0224, 154,820 pesos and 83 centavos. 24D0104, 965,000 pesos. 24D0119, 854,854 pesos and 90 centavos. 24D0120, 362,183 pesos and 80 centavos. Contract ID number 24D0216, 712,800 pesos. 24D0217, 1,188,000 pesos. 24D0218, 1,690,564 pesos and 20 centavos. 24D0224, 2,970,000 pesos. 24D0228, 1,447,500 pesos. 24D0230, 2,732,400 pesos. Surety bond, 5% off ABC. For contract ID number 23D0221, 2,127,723 pesos and 80 centavos. Contract ID number 23D0222, 463,922 pesos and 64 centavos. 23D0223, 401,648 pesos and 25 centavos. 23D0224, 387,052 pesos and 7 centavos. 24D0104, 2,412,500 pesos. 24D0119, 2,137,137 pesos and 25 centavos. 24D0120, 905,459 pesos and 50 centavos. Contract ID number 24D0216, 1,782,000 pesos. 24D0217, 2,970,000 pesos. 24D0218, 4,226,410 and 50 centavos. 24D0224, 7,425,000 pesos. 24D0228, 3,618,750 pesos. 24D0230, 6,831,000 pesos. Checklist of legal and technical requirements of the bid proposal. Showing you the checklist of technical and financial documents. Submission of bids. Two-envelope system. Documentary requirements duly signed, paginated with ear tags and book-bound for technical and financial envelopes. Envelopes 1 and 2. 1 original and 2 duplicate copies placed in 1 sealed envelope. Payment process of bidding documents. Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and during Fridays, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Bidding dates. For contract ID numbers 23D0221, 222, 223, 23D0224, 24D0104, 119, and 24D0120 is on April 23, 2024 at 10 a.m. While for contract ID numbers 24D0216, 217, 218, 224, 225, and 24D0230 is on April 24, 2024 at 10 a.m. Cost of bidding documents. For contract ID numbers 23D0222, 223, 23D0224, and 24D0216, 10,000 pesos. For contract ID numbers 23D0221, 24D0104, 119, and 120, 25,000 pesos. While for contract ID numbers 24D0215, 218, 224, 225, and 24D0230, 50,000 pesos. Important notice. The net financial contracting capacity or NFCC of the bidder shall be used in the eligibility processing. Prospective bidder must have an NFCC of at least equal to the ABC to be procured as follows. IRR Section 23.5.2.6. NFCC is equal to the current assets minus current liabilities times 15 minus value of portions of all outstanding works under the bidder's ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts to be started, which portions coincide with the contract to be bid. Credit line commitment shall no longer be accepted per GPPB Resolution number 20 series of 2013, dated July 30, 2013, and Department Order number 37 series of 2014, dated March 26, 2014. In the NFCC, the fixed factor of 15 shall be used in the computation of the NFCC regardless of the contract duration. As per Department Order Number 193, Series of 2016, the procuring entity shall disqualify the contractor from participating in the bidding or award of contract for infrastructure projects if his firm incur the delay in any of his ongoing contracts, government or private, which is considered attributable to him pursuant to the provisions of IRR of RA 9184 in any of the following cases. Number 1, where the firm incurred a negative slippage of at least 15% of his ongoing contract in accordance with Section 34.3.B.II of Rule X post-qualification of RA 9184. Number 2, where the delay in the completion of work has exceeded the time duration equivalent to 10% of the specified contract time plus any approved time suspension. The same shall subject for rescission in accordance with Section 8.4 of Annex E of RA 9184. Or number 3, where the total liquidated damages has exceeded 10% of the total contract price, the same shall automatically taken over by the procuring entity or award to a qualified contractor through a negotiation in accordance with Section 8.5 of Annex E of RA 9184. Work experience in similar contracts. Prospective bidder must have done a single largest completed contract, SLCC, similar to the contract to be procured, and whose value at current prices is at least 50% of the ABC to be bid. GPPB NPM number 150 series of 2016, a temporary pickup certificate of license cannot substitute the requirements of submitting a valid pickup certificate as part of eligibility requirements. That's all for the legal and financial component. Thank you.
Okay. May response na po ba tayo dun sa tanong ng ating interested bidder?
For a while lang po, attorney, may i-confirm lang po.
Sir Bobby, nag-unmute ka
Ma'am,
po.
ano po yun? Yung query po ng tao, ano po yun? Maintenance implemented po yun.
Okay.
Thank you po.
Sige po. Okay, again, while waiting for the response, pwede na tayong mag-continue dun sa electronic bid submission process. Yan. And then, pa-make sure na lang po na right after the electronic bid submission process, may sagot na tayo dun sa tanong ng bidder.
Electronic submission and receipt of bids. This is for the efficient conduct of procurement activities during a state of calamity or implementation of community quarantine or similar restrictions, authorizing the submission and receipt of bids through electronic means or email. Our legal references for the submission of bids electronically are the Department Order Number 87, Series of 2020, GPPB Resolution Number 9, 2020, dated May 7, 2020, and the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. The prospective bidders shall prepare and submit their bids electronically following the steps prescribed under with DO 87/2020 in accordance with GPPB Resolution Number 9/2020 as follows. The Box Secretariat shall post the invitation to bid and bidding documents in the Dpwh and PhilJEP's websites and at any conspicuous place for 7 calendar days per Section 21 of the IRR of RA 9184. Upon posting of the invitation to bid and bidding documents, the Box Secretariat shall create the contract ID folder in the eBid portal. This is the Dpwh Electronic Bid Submission and Receipt portal. This is the contract ID folder created by the Box Secretariat in the eBid portal. The contractor shall purchase the bidding documents per Section 17.4 and Appendix 8 Guidelines on the Sale of Bidding Documents of the IRR of RA 9184. The applicable fee for the specific project is indicated in the invitation to bid. Prior to the deadline of submission of bids, the prospective bidders shall send an email with subject official receipt for contract ID to electronicbids_R4A@dpwh.gov.ph. Attached to the said email is the copy of the official receipt of purchase of bidding documents in portable document file PDF format with file name in the format PCAB_ID_contract ID_official receipt.pdf. For example, the file name of the attached PDF containing the official receipt of the contractor with PCAB ID number 12345 who intends to participate in the bidding of contract ID number 21D00001 shall be 12345_21D00001_official receipt.pdf. Further, the email subject would be official receipt for 21D00001. This is the confirmation of the electronically submitted official receipt. An email shall be received by a prospective bidder confirming its successful submission of the official receipt. Only the electronic bids of bidders who have successfully submitted an electronic official receipt shall be accepted. This is the folder of the OR received in the eBid portal. This is the OR submitted by the contractor received in the eBid portal. Upon submission of electronic proof of purchase of bidding documents or the OR, the contractor may now send its electronic bid with file name format PCAB ID_contract ID_bid.zip or .rar or .7z with email subject format bid submission for contract ID. Its bid must be in a password-protected archive format and shall contain 2 password-protected archive files, the technical and financial proposal. This is an acknowledgement receipt email that will be received by the contractor upon submission of its bid. This is the folder submitted in the eBid portal. Similar to manual submission, prospective bidders shall prepare their bids in 2 file folders, each for the technical and financial components. The file name of the technical and financial components folders should be in the format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore technical and pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore financial. Subsequently, each of the technical and financial components file folders shall be compressed, password protected, and named in the format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore technical.zip or .rar or .7z and pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore financial.zip or .rar or .7z respectively. Each file contained in the technical and financial components file folders shall be in PDF format, either scanned or exported, published, with file name in the format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore descriptive file name .pdf. The compressed archive file folders of the technical and financial components shall be compiled in a password-protected compressed archive main file folder with file name in the format pickup underscore contract ID underscore bid. In case the total file size of the main archive file folder is more than the allowable size of an attachment per email of the prospective bidder's email service provider, they shall need to split its electronic bid into two or more password-protected compressed archive main file folders. The email submitting the prospective bidder's electronic bid should have a subject in the format bid submission for contract ID. In case of multiple compressed archive main file folders, it shall be submitted in multiple emails, each with subject in the format bid submission 1/2 for contract ID, bid submission 2/2 for contract ID. If a bidder wishes to modify its electronic bid, he may do so following the procedures in the manual submission of bid, or he may choose to submit his modification electronically in the same format prescribed in the preparation and submission of an electronic bid, except that the subject of the email submitting the bid modification shall be labeled Bid Modification X for contract ID, where X represents the number of bid modifications submitted. For example, the subject of an email submitting a first bid modification for contract ID number 21D00001 should be bid modification 1 for 21D00001. This is the same in the prescribed format in the preparation and submission of electronic bid, except that the bid modification main archive file folder shall be labeled as pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore bid modification underscore x.zip or .rar or .7z. In case a prospective bidder that have purchased a bidding document decided not to participate, he may choose to submit his letter of non-participation manually or electronically. In case of electronic submission, the contractor shall send an email with the subject non-participation for contract ID with the letter of non-participation as attachment with file name pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore non-participation.pdf. This email should be sent to electronicbids underscore R4A at dpwh.gov.ph before the deadline for bid submission. Bids may only be withdrawn prior the deadline for bid submission. In case of withdrawal of an electronic bid, the bidder shall send an email with the subject bid withdrawal for contract ID and the letter of bid withdrawal in PDF format with file name pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore bid withdrawal.pdf shall be attached. This email should be sent to electronicbids underscore R4A at dpwh.gov.ph before the deadline for bid submission. The Box Secretariat shall close the Contract ID folder in eBid portal on the deadline of submission and receipt of bids. This is the closed Contract ID folder in the eBid portal. The Box Secretariat shall download the bids from the eBid portal to the local computer. Only during the actual opening of bids shall the bidder disclose the passwords for his electronic bid. This can be done by the bidder's authorized representative verbally in person, through phone call, online platforms, or through writing. In all cases, the bidders will have only 3 attempts or 15 minutes, whichever comes first, to provide the correct password. Otherwise, the bidder shall be disqualified except in unforeseen justifiable circumstances. The bidder may also be subjected to the 3-strike policy as warranted by the circumstances. If the bidder chooses to disclose the password through phone call, he should make sure that the contact numbers as recorded in the Civil Works application are open when the bank calls to ask for the password. The bidder may also choose to call the bank number during the bid opening time and wait for the opening of his bid for him to disclose the password. For online call, video calls, the bidder may call the bank messenger account. If the bidder chooses to attend the bid opening through online conference, the bidder should join the meeting using the given link. If the bidder chooses to disclose the passwords through writing, the letters for password 1, main file folder, technical component file folder, and password 2, financial component file folder, should be enclosed in separate envelopes with the sender details such as AMO, bidder name, and address. Address to the bank chairperson with the details of the bidding such as contract ID, contract name, bid opening date and time. Signed and sealed with a remark, password 1 or 2. Do not open before actual bid opening date and time. All electronic bids, password-protected compressed archive main file folders shall be opened first for the opening of the technical component compressed archive file folders. This shall be followed by the opening of the bids submitted manually for the opening of the technical component envelopes. The same procedures apply for the financial component compressed archive file folders and financial component envelopes. The Box Secretariat shall open the financial proposal archive file. Notes and reminders for the contractors in the preparation and submission of bids. Only bidders with system-accepted proof of payment shall be allowed to submit their electronic bids, which shall not be beyond the deadline specified for the submission of bids. An email shall also be received by a prospective bidder in instances where their sent email related to the submission of electronic OR of purchase of the bidding documents if it has incorrect subject contract ID, which means that a corresponding folder with the same contract ID does not exist in the eBid portal. If it has no attachment, if it has an attachment but is not in the prescribed format, if it has more than one attachment, or if it was received after the deadline of bid submission. For the foregoing cases, the prospective bidders should rectify or correct the noted deficiencies to comply with the requirements for its electronic bid to be accepted. The bidders must submit their electronic bid using the registered email address in the Civil Works application. In case prospective bidders are not yet registered in the CWA, they can use any email address subject to the verification of the back secretariat. For joint venture, the format of pickup ID to be used by the bidder in naming their files, folders, and archives shall be JV-pickup ID of the lead member. If a bidder chooses to submit an electronic bid, the same bidder can no longer submit a bid manually for the same contract and vice versa. Bid modification can be submitted electronically or manually, regardless of the manner by which the original bid was submitted. If a bidder submitted modifications both electronically and manually for a specific contract, the submission with the latest official date and time of receipt shall prevail. The submitted official receipt of purchase of bidding documents shall include the correct and complete names of the contractors who will submit their bids. Notes and reminders for the receipt of bids. An auto-reply email shall be sent to acknowledge receipt of electronic bids in instances where an email is sent with incorrect subject contract ID, which means that a corresponding folder with the same contract ID does not exist in the eBid portal. Without any attachment, with attachment that is not in the prescribed format, with more than one attachment, or submitted after the deadline. An auto-reply email shall also be sent regarding withdrawal of bid, non-participation, and if the bidder has yet to submit proof of purchase of bidding documents or the official receipt. Emails with more than one attachment with invalid subject contract ID and unrecognized transactions shall be automatically moved to the unidentified documents subfolder in the procuring entity's main folder in the eBid portal. This is the unidentified documents folder in the eBid portal. The following shall not be accepted by the eBid portal. Submission of bid without initially submitting the proof of purchase of bidding documents or the official receipt. Submission of bid after the deadline, and submission of proof of purchase of bidding documents after the deadline. Notes and reminders for the opening of bids. For a hybrid system of submission where electronic and manual bids were received for a particular contract, electronic bids must be opened first before the manual bids. If a bidder committed typographical errors in the submission of electronic bid or attached files in the wrong format, the bid shall be accepted, provided that the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. The BAC shall assume no responsibility for the misplacement of the contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid or improperly compressed or password-protected folder or for its premature opening. If an electronic bid or file was found to be damaged and could not be extracted or opened, the bid shall be considered failed. Notes and reminders for non-participation and bid withdrawal. In case of non-participation and withdrawal of bids, the BAC Secretariat shall check the letters of non-participation, bid withdrawal received in the dedicated email address and stored in the eBid portal, and shall observe the provisions under Section 26.2 of the IRR of RA 9184 and DO 17 Series of 2015.
Okay, thank you po. So, paki-end na po yung presentation. Yan. May sagot na po ba tayo dun sa tanong ng ating leader?
Good morning po, ma'am. Regarding po dun sa kay Arconic po ba na nag-query regarding sa pavement markings?
Sir, bali ang tanong po niya is, yung other items po ba ay may supplemental plan tayong ipoprovide?
Supposed to be, magkakaroon po.
Sige po. So, yan. Ipoprovide. Tama po ba ART? Yung understanding ko sa question.
Kasi kung related naman po sa project natin, at siyempre, di ba, attorney, we provide specifications and details for the bidder to be able to come up with a, parang bid niya na sorry. So, kung tutusin, we have to provide certain details din naman kasi.
Opo. Sige po. Yes, Sir Jeff.
Mas okay, ma'am, kung i-rewritten nila sa atin yung specific na query nila para mas ma-address natin, ma'am, yung kanilang questions.
Sir, ano naman, i-on record na lang natin. Pare na lang po nung question and then i-issue kami ng bid bulletin.
Correct. Thank you. Mas tama po.
Tama.
Yung regarding lang sa thermoplastic po. Tama po yung dun sa may pavement markings po. Yung schedule po.
Sir, yung thermo lang, sir.
Opo, at saka yung regulatory signs po.
Regulatory signs. So, specifications.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, sige po. Mag-i-issue po kami ng bid bulletin to answer.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Thank you. Okay, so within 7 days from today, if hindi po tayo makareceive ng other queries for those watching via YouTube Live, we will issue a bid bulletin. And the BAC will, yun nga po, provide a response within 7 days from today. And we would like to inform the public that we are still open to receive any additional query within 3 days from today. Yeah, in any of the projects and matters discussed today during our pre-bid conference. Okay? And mention ko lang din po that for today's activities, we have invited our observers from the Commission on Audit, NAKAR, and CCWI. Fortunately, none of them was able to attend our pre-bid on-site, and they have yet to enter our virtual meeting room up to this time. Although, like I've mentioned, naka-YouTube live naman po tayo. So, the information is open to everyone interested. And for today, since there is no other matter left in the agenda of the back, our back meeting is now adjourned. Salamat po.
Thank you po.
You.
Thank you po, thank you.
Thank you.